and there's like a Wonder Woman and Captain America. How did you guys go through a process of choosing what characters you kind of wanted to like do tropes on?
I think there had to be a joke attached to the trope that I thought wasn't funny for just one joke, but could be funny for a bunch of episodes. So with the Batman trope, it was like, well, what if Batman's parents never died? And so he was just a rich kid. What would he grow up to be? And like, oh, well, that guy would be a massive tool. In a way that would be funny for however many episodes we wanted to write him for, you know? It wouldn't be just a one-episode joke. So
unlike like an Aquaman type character?
Yeah, who just like, oh, he talks to fish and that's funny, and like, but how many times can you make that joke? You know, you can, but with a tool, he can just be a tool in every situation, and it's funny every time.
And then it evolves from there, where like, you know, he introduces the Courtney character which is Breckin. But again, if you had this like trust fund kid who wants to befriend and become best friends with somebody, what's the type of person that he would then end up being best friends with?
An even bigger tool.
An even bigger tool. You know, a valet. He's gotten the best job of all time.
And he becomes his Robin, you know, and so I think that's a really good question, but it's finding the tropes that
the personalities
that create humor that can last for seasons and seasons.
And if you're gonna get someone to if you're gonna get someone to play a tool, I'm Huckleberry. But I think the amazing thing, I don't like to do it when he's present, but the amazing thing about Zeb is that because Zeb and Matt both come from comics and stuff like that, then if you're going to if we're just gonna do the DC special, you can have a jackass like me and go, Aquaman talks to fish, let's have him in the sushi restaurant crying, or whatever, you know. That's mine, you can't take it. Also, but if you're going to create your own new characters, creating a new superhero, especially now, is not easy, because everything has been done. Again, we were talking before, where, you know, DC had Cocaine Man back in the 30s, or whatever it was back in the day. So you need someone who has the knowledge of Zeb and Matt to create these perfect characters that are lampooning existing characters but have their own originality, which Black Saturn has and the Groner and stuff like that. And it is, as an actor, it lets you come into it with this fantastic foundation that Zeb and Matt have created, where then you get to build on with the funny voices and all the fun, and they let me riff in the booth and stuff like that. But you need that foundation, and if you're gonna lampoon known characters and create original ones, you need someone who has the knowledge that they have of legit comics and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, don't drink mutant. It makes you ramble and start to fucking sweat. It's not my sponsor. They're gonna sponsor my fucking heart attack. I had a sip of mutant Red Dawn, and I feel like Wolverine.
You're sponsorless. You don't even have a towel.
I'm a towel at the end of Red Dawn.
Are you beating your chest or
God.
Wow.
Like
That must be like
my face.
It's like them Gatorade commercials, just like
Terrible.
And
it's your passion.
It's
in
not.
regards to the characters,
Yeah.
now that the villains have teamed up with the superheroes, and you said they're moving into the house with them, further down the line, do you see any superheroes making a switch over to the bad side, getting corrupted now that they're living in the same space?
Maybe.
I think you gave him ideas.
That's like Matt always pitches me on that. That's a Matt idea that he's.
I'd just say maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You just trying to shit on Matt.
There's one that he doesn't realize he's already right. He's already right in one of them.
You're like, yeah, that's a mad idea. He's throwing me.
Yeah. There's one who teams up with the biggest of the villains in this season, even though
there's a little bit of cross pollination going on for sure.
Yeah, a lot of love affairs too.
You can see that living in such close spaces, things are bound to happen.
Will Black Saturn ever find love?
Yes, he's looking hard.
He's looking hard.
And
I think him and Courtney.
And there is movement in that storyline for sure over this season. We had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
And that's something that's what's fun about having a lot of writers in the room is when we did that future episode in season 2, someone just suggested that the Groner should be wearing a wedding ring and just like subtly suggest that they might be married, and then that just blossomed into this whole thing for season 3, which has been so much fun.
So what you're saying is in season 3, the Groner and Black Saturn may have a romantic relationship.
His eyes gave it away.
Maybe with each other. Maybe
Will Black Saturn be the one to change?
We'll see a little bit more of the future as well to see if it's true or not.
So you're saying Black Saturn may change? That's what you're saying, huh?
Very possible.
Very possible.
So when writing a show like this, you put together all these actors, and each actor brings its own personality. What character would you say has changed most due to the actor that you put in that place?
I always point to Jillian Bell as a perfect example. We knew we wanted the character in the first season of Lex, who is, Titanium Rex's daughter,
but no one knew how to write her.
Correct.
So everybody who wrote, everyone
who
who
dramatic, character.
Yeah, and everyone who wrote her, tried to make her funny in a different way, and none of them felt right. And so by the time Jillian got that first script, there weren't a lot of jokes in it, and I was very nervous. But then Jillian is hilarious, and any line that she made, she would either improvise and add a little something to it that made it funny, or just the attitude with which she read it.
Yeah, what words she was accentuating in a sentence changed everything that you were thinking, and then Zeb, started writing it, knowing the voice in his head.
Yeah,
I think that changed the way that character is now, plays out, and it's one of my favorite characters in the show. I think she crushes it.
I do think I've seen. I do feel like I've seen.
Oh, is it really?
Time right now.
Yeah.